Hey, what's up, guys? Chelsea Briggs here, joined by Mr. Dylan O'Brien.
What's up?
How are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm good. And we're here to talk about your new movie, The First Time, which I'm excited about.
Thank you. Cool.
Janie, it's the way that you...
So what's your name?
Jane,
So this girl, she doesn't like you back?
she likes me, platonically, as a friend.
Oh, I know what platonically means. I'm a junior, not a moron.
Well, finally coming out. When I talked to you last, was at Sundance.
Yeah. Oh my God.
How is it to have it finally being out there?
It's amazing because oh my God, there's so many stages to this thing. Because when it was at Sundance, it was an amazing thing. You know, like we had accomplished that. You know, and that was coming such a long way. Now it's going to be out in some theaters for the first time. And so it's just crazy. It's really nice. You know, it was such a nice experience for like all of us on the movie, and like we were all so close and personal to it. So you know, we all loved it, and we hope people, you know, feel the same way.
What was your first reaction when you saw it? Was there anything you were surprised by at all?
I am shirtless in it, which is something to watch.
How's that? Vulnerable, Dylan.
So vulnerable, like the whole movie, emotionally, physically vulnerable. It was really amazing to see for the first time, I think, because you know, when you're working on a movie, you know, and this was like my first movie, and when you're doing that, you're working so intimately with the director, and you know, you're just trying to like attain his vision. So when you finally see it, you finally see how he puts the movie together, and you see what he's wanted this whole time. You kind of wish you can go back and redo it all.
Really?
No, I'm just kidding.
Like,
I mean, there's a little bit of that.
Do you have a favorite scene from the movie?
Any scene that Craig is in, Craig Roberts cracks me up, man. And James Freshfield's character is like hilarious too. I mean, I love the diner scenes with Craig, like just, you know, manhandling this situation, and the waitress, you know, and like, I just think he's genius.
I saw it last night. I was so impressed by your acting. I really was. And I
thanks.
think you had so many monologues.
There was a lot. Yeah.
How was that as far as like maybe like the most challenging monologue you had, or part of playing that role, maybe?
Yeah, I mean, it was you know, it was a part of the role and the entire movie from the beginning. It's very dialogue heavy and driven, and you know, it's about the characters, and I really loved how, like, for a teen, you know, romance comedy, it was really in depth, and like these characters actually have a lot going on and a lot of real, true, kind of honest conflict.
Let's talk about the sex scenes and the awkwardness of it, because people, it's funny because, you know, obviously it comes off so romantic on film, but it probably wasn't at all.
Yeah, it was really funny, you know, because you shoot an entire day of sex scenes.
Were you nervous going into it?
Yeah. But it ended up being like way easier than I thought it would. Me and Britt were really tight on the shoot, like, and you know, so it was just funny for us, kind of like we just like laugh at every
I feel like
take,
you probably like laughed a lot during it.
Yeah, there's so much laughing, and that makes it easier, kind of. You're like in the middle of this very, like, you know, trying to be sexy take, and then, like, you know, you
just
bust up laughing or something. But you know, you get through it, and there were times where like John had to be like, okay, you know, like, let's get serious.
Have your parents seen it yet?
Yes.
Were you nervous for that?
Yes, the first time I saw the movie, I was sitting in between, I think, my mom and dad.
Were you just like, or were you fine with it?
It just happens. It just happens, and it happens, and they see it, and they laugh, and you see it, and you laugh, and there's uncomfort, obviously. What
do you think it is about this coming to age film that people are gonna be drawn to? Would you say?
I think it's that, you know, a coming of age film like this hasn't been done in a little bit, you know, and it's kind of like movies like these have been a little lost in the last 10 years for whatever reason. You know, the way the market is right now, it's kind of like teen comedies are, you know, more on the side of like R-rated and very, you know, raunchy humor, and this is just kind of like a throwback way of doing it. It's very John Hughes style. It's very sweet. It's very nice. It's very truthful and honest and vulnerable and smart too.
Well said. Well, thank you, Dylan.
Thank you so much. I know, always, literally always. I love this interview.
Oh, good. You guys, and of course, for more on Dylan and The First Time, be sure to head to Hollywire.com and Hollywire TV. See you later.